Hello, BookTube.
Hello.
Yay.
Hold on a second. Let me turn on the brightness behind the computer behind me so take a little bit of that glare off my glasses.
There you go.
Looks like we got one person in here so far, or that's what's showing anyway. Sometimes it takes a minute
Yeah,
to.
that person is special.
Yep. First.
She's got like calling dibs.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay, so we had
We had a
a
great
good
day.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went Christmas shopping with our gift cards.
Yeah.
That
We
we
each
got for
got
Christmas.
a gift card to Half Price Books and Second and Charles,
Mm-hmm.
which are our two favorite bookstores around.
And they're about 20 minutes apart here.
Yeah, that's not bad. 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, they're about 60 miles away from where we're at,
Yeah,
but
and
they reside 20 minutes apart from each other.
the problem with 60 miles in where we are in Georgia and in our area, 60 miles does not take 60 minutes.
No.
Um, it takes a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
Today wasn't too bad until we were on our way back, and then there was a car accident, and
a car accident that stopped everything.
for about 4 or 5 miles.
Fender bender. Anybody who's ever driven on Georgia 400 understands the trouble. That's a stupid road.
We used to drive that 4 times a day.
Yeah.
Hey, Brandy.
Hi, Brandy.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, I hate that road.
Yeah.
I hate that drive, but I do love going to the bookstores we went to today. Is it you can find anything there. Honestly, you can just about anything you could possibly want.
Hi, Brian. Nice to see you. Yeah, yeah, you can. I mean, Second and Charles and Half Price Books, they're awesome.
Can't go wrong, really.
Yeah, actually, Second and Charles is much bigger. It's like a much bigger, what, twice the size or 3 times the size.
It's gigantic.
But I have so much easier time finding books at Half Price Books than at Second and Charles. Second and Charles isn't all books, but man, they don't have the best selection of anything except for maybe graphic fiction and manga. Yeah,
they have a huge selection of manga.
They do. Their manga section is actually much bigger than their science fiction and fantasy section.
And the romance section is okay, but it's full of 400-year-old romances.
Yeah.
You know, this the
which I don't have a problem.
I'm exaggerating. They're the Fabio cover romances.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of Cassie Edwards.
1980s.
And all those.
Hey, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Nice to see you. We haven't started showing anything yet, so we're waiting on a couple more people, maybe. But yeah, we had a great time. We had a really, really great time, and it took us. I don't know. We got there about what, close to 1 o'clock. We got there close to 1 o'clock at Half Price Books, and what time did we finish? About 5 something. No, it was about 4 something at Second and Charles. So about 3 hours.
Yeah.
3 hours we looked for books today, and that was fun. But let me tell you, it only took about 30 minutes at Half Price Books. Second and Charles was, yeah.
That's like I said.
Angie. Hi, Angie. Nice to see you. Jess, hello. And she loves the Fabio covers. Yeah, I mean,
there's some good quality romance in those books. There really is.
Yeah, there was. Who were the big time authors back then?
Connie Mason.
Yeah,
Cassie Edwards.
Yeah, but there were like Jude Devereaux.
Oh yeah. What is it? Virginia? Is it Virginia Henley?
Virginia Heath?
No. I think it was Virginia Henley or something like that.
I'm thinking of Lorraine Heath.
Yeah, the one I'm thinking of wrote historical romances. Boy, those are kind of a tough read. There's a lot of Julia Quinn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Kelly, you did. You caught it exactly the right time. Joanna Lindsay, that's actually the one I'm trying to think of. That's actually the one I'm trying to think of, Brandy. Yeah, Joanna Lindsay. We have some of her books at home. Joanna Lindsay's books.
Yeah. I started reading Connie Mason very early on, and I'm still kind of emotionally scarred.
Okay, Brian, there is in Cape Girardeau. I don't know. Cape Girardeau. Let's see. Pretty much out of luck unless I drive to St. Louis, Cape Girardeau. Yeah. Cape Girardeau was where I went for most of my books. They have a bookstore a used bookstore that's been there for many, many years.
Is that Hastings?
No, it's called like the book rack or the book nook. I think it's a book nook.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been in Cape Girardeau for many years. I'm sure you've been there. But yeah, Cape Girardeau was where I went, and I used to go to Poplar Bluff to Hastings, but Hastings is gone. Brandy and I were talking about that yesterday, and yeah, Brandy, don't tell anyone she knows that.
Oops, thank you. Turn the truck light on.
What?
I left the light on in the truck.
Oh,
I'll be right back.
Yeah, Becky will be right back. She left the light on in the truck. Hello. All right. I tagged you both to do the kindness tag. Oh, very cool. I'll go watch that as soon as we're done. Okay, very cool. Well, actually, let's see. Kindness tag, Caitlin and Bandy's books. I might air it next Saturday. Okay, yeah, I'll be watching for it for sure. That's great. I love being tagged. Sometimes we get time to do tags, sometimes we don't, but we're going to try to do tags this coming week. Maybe even tomorrow if we get time. New Year's Eve today. Yeah, it's not New Year's Eve here quite yet. It will be soon, in a few more hours. Yeah. Yeah, we're all kind of close knit in this this little corner of booktube here. But yeah, Becky got some books today too, and I told her she's gonna have to show them whether she really wants to or not. She gets a little self-conscious because she doesn't buy the same kind of books I do. And most of my friends are like science fiction and fantasy and horror readers and stuff like that. But I told her I want you to show your books. You know, I think um, what she reads and what she bought today, which are craft books, are you know they're awesome. I mean, I'm proud of her for all the crafts she does. She does a ton of these beautiful crafts. You ought to see something she's working on now. I'll see if she wants to show it. So hey Scott, nice to see you, Scott Danielson. And Becky's back. Hey, do you want to show your current project?
My
Yes. Becky's going to show you her current cross stitch, and it's going to just blow your mind at the level of work that she does. It's pretty freaking cool. Yeah, everybody saying hi to Scott Danielson. Nice to see Scott Danielson. I hear from him on Voxer sometimes, but
Scott Danielson?
Yeah, he's here.
Yay! Hi, Scott.
Okay. Yeah, Angie says she wants to see your books.
Okay.
And she's going to show you something she's working on. This is actually, yeah, this is very cool. Oh yeah, and the Mind Flayer. Yeah, I wish you could show that thing off. That thing was awesome. It was huge. I mean, the thing was the size of a toddler, just about, wasn't it? And it
my
was
head
crocheted.
could fit in the head when I finished crocheting the head.
Yeah, I wanted to show you what she's working on, and everybody says, "Wait a minute, that's cross stitch." Yeah, that's cross stitch.
And just keep in mind, it's wrinkled because it's been rolled up and.
Yeah, she hasn't had a chance to. She hasn't had a chance to flatten it out yet, but you'll see what she's doing.
So it's going to be a gift for my father. I guess we can crack on it up.
Yeah, just hold it.
See what happens. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah, and this is cross stitch, and this is something Becky's been working on for a couple of months. This is very in depth.
So far, I think I've probably got about 15,000 stitches done on it.
Yeah, something like that. And it'll probably be close to 20 when she's done.
And it's going to be beaded and bordered, and good Lord, it's coming.
Yeah, it is. It's going to have a border in it, and she's got to beat it. So it's going to be another month probably before she's done.
Yeah. It was supposed to be a Christmas present, but it's now going to be a just cause present.
Yeah.
Unless I finish it sometime in May, in which point it'll be a birthday present.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Wow. Let's see.
Hi,
Forget
Gareth.
Yeah. And yeah, nice to see you, Gareth. Let's see. Scott Daniels, nice. Becky, you bet. Well, I love it. I think it's gorgeous. Yeah, she loves your book taste. You shouldn't be self-conscious about showing your books. What she's showing today is a little different. It's going to be craft books.
It's all old woman stuff.
It's not old woman stuff. It's crafts.
It's there's precious moments in here.
Okay, whatever. Kelly said that is beautiful.
Thank you.
I agree. I love it. Gareth at Cross Stitch is fantastic. See, and there are people here who do this kind of stuff. So it's time to show it all. Yeah, Sean said that's amazing, and it is. I think it is one of the coolest things she's ever made. Like, yeah, it's looking really good. Yeah, it is gorgeous, and I hope she keeps doing this because Becky has terrible arthritis in her hands. But so she does it as much as she possibly can. That's the reason that has probably taken a couple of months.
Yeah, you kind of have to cross stitch for a couple of hours and stop.
Yeah.
Even though you get into a groove, you don't want to stop.
Let's see. All right. A Cthulhu, which I love. Oh, wow.
Those tentacles are a monster, man.
Yeah, you don't really watch any floss tubers, do you?
What's a floss tube?
A floss tube is a cross stitch and in embroidery. I've watched it.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, oh, that was Melissa, by the way.
So
Hi,
floss
Melissa.
tube is like book tube, only with.
Yeah. Only with people showing off their work
Okay.
and giving you ideas and stuff like that. It's great.
Okay.
So you want to start showing your books?
Yeah, I'll show my old lady books.
They're not old lady books.
They're kind of old lady books. Every time I go to
Half price
books and Second and Charles, I look at their craft section because every once in a while that's some old grandma has gotten rid of her collection, and I find things like this, which is there we go. Short and sassy number 2. I don't have short and sassy number 1. It's just going to have to be me. But there's a great saying on here. It says, everything's coming up roses, but I planted daisies. And that cracked me up.
Make, right?
And then there's one that's got pumpkins on it and says, I never promised you a rose garden.
Yeah, I like that.
It's just so, it's my sense of humor. But it's straight up graphs of the cross stitching.
Yeah.
And I am here for it. The pictures are on the front. You get the graphs on the inside, and that's it. There's no bells or whistles or anything. I love that.
Yeah.
Include me out. And I absolutely love Christmas cross stitch books because I make ornaments all the time. Just constantly making ornaments for Christmas. And this has some great ornaments and stockings on it. And I like the snowflakes on the cover. That's what I was, there we go. That's what I was really excited about. I don't know if I have the patience to actually do a full stocking.
You probably do. If you're doing that dragon, you do.
This is 100% old lady artwork.
Okay.
But
well, it's old fashioned, which is something I like. And yeah, I agree, Scott.
I got this one because of that grandfather's clock you see right there. My mother has an old ceramic grandfather clock. She had ornament, Christmas ornament that she actually got her first one when I was I even born? I'm not sure. I think I might have been very, very small. And one day it disappeared. We got out all the Christmas ornaments and it was gone. Couldn't find it. And it was her very favorite ornament. So she sort of mourned the loss of that ornament for a couple of years. And one day I found eBay and I went through all their ceramic ornaments and I came across a plain grandfather clock ornament. And it was in this huge lot of ceramic ornaments. And I actually got in touch with the seller and asked her if she would just sell me the grandfather's clock because I'm what 15. I didn't have access to an actual uh uh card at that time. Was it
Like a debit card.
like a debit card or anything? And we were dirt poor, but we made it work, and I got that for her.
That's one of the puppies.
There's a puppy at the door. So, and I'm going to make her an ornament out of that grandfather's
Read,
clock.
read Kelly's meeting edge craft.
Is it really? Using traditional craft methods to communicate contemporary or dark ideas is awesome. Tattooed lace skulls.
Tatted. Like,
Tatted?
yeah, tatted.
Why can I not read today? I can't
You're not
read.
wearing
I
your
have the
glasses.
dumb. Yeah, I agree.
You got-
I love it.
You got Precious Moments, which is kind of 1990s, but
Yeah, it's. I
It's all
love
right.
precious moments. I've always loved precious moments. This is the everything's backwards. This is the cover. There. And it's wall to wall precious moments patterns on the inside. And there.
oh, that's cool, Kelly. I didn't know that.
Oh, here we
Crystal from Fiber Artsy is on Boston.
go. Okay.
I'll have to look her up.
All these cute little ornaments, and I'm excited about it. I really am looking forward to it. But these are the ones I'm really excited about. I love embroidery, and the jury's still out on whether or not I'm actually any good at it. Because I can tie a mean French knot. Let's put it that way. But I really love embroidering flowers. And this is more like cactuses and vegetables and things
It's not backwards.
but look at that. Look at that. Butterflies. Love those. Love them, love them.
Yeah.
And this one. I'm doing hats. I'm totally going to do hats. And maybe some handkerchiefs. Hey, look at this. How pretty is that? I have
Brady said those are pretty accurate.
I have a whole boatload of blank handkerchiefs over here. I'm going to do crazy stuff. I think like crazy stuff like embroider flowers. That's pretty, right?
Yeah, it is.
I like those. And they're like these books are like
This was my
7 or 8
favorite.
bucks.
Yeah, this was my favorite. She paid 11 for this one, I think.
Yeah,
$11.
this is my favorite too, just simply for the cover. Look at that. It's embroidery.
Actually embroidered that, yeah.
And look at the little bee on the back. Isn't it cute? But yeah, I am here for embroidered flowers, and there.
You might have to start your philosophy channel.
It could be fun. I'll have to look and see what kind of content's on there. I'm game. I like that kind of stuff. But the cool thing about these is they give you sort of the pattern. This is basically the drawing in the back, and you can sort of trace it onto your fabric and embroider that, and it's got the patterns for the cutouts for stockings and all that. And I just think they're amazing, just amazing. But yeah, that was my haul for today. It's It's all cross stitch and embroidery stuff.
And then she bought some bags and
Yeah.
bought some bags. Hand me the bookmarks right there.
I got a cool D&D calendar.
Oh yeah, she did get a good, nice Dungeons and Dragons daily calendar. And then we got some bookmarks, dogs and cats, books, which, of course, and just some pretty stuff there for Becky.
Quilted.
Yeah. And again, dogs and cats. If we get any bookmark we can find with dogs and cats.
Dogs and cats.
And a bunch of half-price books. Bookmarks. Look at that one. That is probably my favorite right there that Becky got. And that one. And this, is this Van Gogh? I believe it is.
Sure looks like it.
And another half-price
The
books.
half-price books. I like the half-price books.
I do too. But
Bookmarks.
yeah, I kind of have a collection of them. Let's see. Ooh. It says cool.
Bees. I have a level of relationship with bees. Absolutely.
Hello. Yeah.
Hi.
We are back and we try to be back on a regular basis. This is our second live in a week actually.
Mm-hmm.
I showed mine last week, Tuesday maybe.
I was actually cross stitching when he was doing that one.
So Angie, do you embroider? That's cool. Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. Becky knows where that comes from.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I agree. And we go and we buy those bookmarks, and they're like 49 cents a piece. So we overdo it when we buy them. Yeah.
No, we don't. We do it just enough.
Yeah, we do too. Okay, so I want to show you what I got, I guess now, right?
Bring it.
Okay, first off, I want to show some stuff I got in the mail 2 days ago. Isn't that right?
Cool.
I think that's right. I got Science Fiction Gems Volume 4. I've got the first 5 of these now. Volume 4. This has got, let's see, Jack Sharkey, Paul Anderson, Ben Bova, Frank Belknap Long, Hugh B. Cave, Chris Neville, Walt Sheldon, Fritz Leiber, Charles L. Fontenay, Randall Garrett, and Cordwainer Smith, which I'm a huge Cordwainer Smith fan. So
some of these
and
names
Ben Bova, yeah,
kind of remind me of the Nintendo names where they're trying to make up names that sound
like
totally American.
Like
Bobson Dugnut.
Yeah, Bobson Dugnut and Mike Truck.
Mike Truck.
Yeah. Japanese games where they're trying to make up American names. It's hilarious. But this one looks really cool. Book 4, but I think book 5 looks even better.
Kelly, 49 cents. These bookmarks.
Yeah. Yeah, $4.99. Yeah.
That's why we do stupid things and buy 14 of them.
Yeah, because we lose them like crazy. And here's volume 5. I think I like this one a little better. I like the stories in the lineup of. It's got a Clifford Simak story in it, Galactic Chest. It's got John Jakes, Roger D. Daniel. I don't have a clue how to pronounce that name.
I mean, we tried Galileo.
Yeah, maybe. Dallas Ross, Harry Harrison, T.D. Ham, Keith Laumer, Don Wilcox, Alan E. Norse, Alfred Koppel, and J.F. Bone. And I just love these armchair fiction books. And I got 3 more of these coming, so I'd show those off one day too.
Now, Harry Harrison's parents did him dirty.
Well, that name, that may not be his real name. I don't know. But and I also got this calendar because I got a ton of buddy reads coming up. And yeah.
I tried.
You suck at this.
Your phone don't like me. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, and I got this because I got a ton of buddy reads coming, and I keep losing what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know who I'm buddy reading what with, so I'm going to have to get back with everybody.
And says, "Are you ready to read like Mr. Rob?"
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I am going to be reading that in 2024, but yeah, it's got day by day in it, and they had these for half price at Second and Charles, so I paid like $7.50 for this. Yeah, $7.50.
Okay.
So I thought that was pretty good. And now I want to start showing you some of the other stuff that Becky has over here. I'm really excited about this little stack here. Now, there's something I will say though, is that
I'm gonna go nab link.
okay? Something I will say though is that you booktubers and all of you are bad influences on me because almost every one of these books that I bought is due to a booktuber. Um, something a booktuber has said, something a booktuber has shown. So and you've all got me into all kinds of books that I never thought I would be into. The Adversary by Michael. Oh, okay, Michael Crummy. Cool. I have not heard about that. A book called Huge by Brent Budd, a thriller. Oh yeah, I have not read The Color Purple, but I've seen the movie. I have seen the movie. I know actually Jet or Alice Walker is kind of controversial.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. That's one of the main one of the reasons that it was banned at one point is because of the author. Man, Scott, that is a tough read, isn't it? It's great, but but I mean, even after I finished I don't remember if I finished the second one or not. But I'm like, I don't have a clue what I mean, I knew what I read, but I didn't have a clue what he was saying. Like, what is he trying to say? He's tough, but he's cool. Yeah, thank you. I'm looking forward to using it, and so I don't lose all of my. Oh, Day of the Triffids. That's I love it. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I get it. Wanting a pet Trifid, it's kind of like having a pet cobra.
Wonder if I could find a pattern for cricket.
You might.
Maybe.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Read that this year, the Day of the Crickets.
Okay. Need a break because I got caught up and read Fourth Wing and Iron Flame almost back to back. I'm going to classify that series as my guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it. Oh yeah, New Sun is great. I mean, don't get me wrong. I fell for it while I was reading it, but man, it's tough. Book of the New Sun by Gene Wolfe. It is not. It is not an easy read. Yeah. Yeah, Brandy, mine too. One of my all-time favorite books. Yeah, doing the challenge. I am not reading 24 banned books, but I will read many as I get a chance to. And I've got a few chose to pick to read. I got 84, which is a reread, and some other stuff. Brandy said, which one did I just buy? I can't remember which one I just bought. It was a banned book. No.
What's the one that was like Lolita, right?
No. It was a banned book, and I bought it the other day at Books A Million because it was really cheap. I don't remember either. Maybe Brandy will remember we were talking about it last night. Yeah, Day of the Triffids is so cool. Sorry, I'm gonna have to move the camera a little bit. Well, Jess, thank you for stopping by. Happy New Year. Yes, definitely. You know what? We like romance novels. Becky loves romance novels.
It's my favorite genre.
Yeah. So I want to show you some of the other books I got. And like I said, almost all of these, Brandy doesn't remember either. Almost all of these are because some of you booktubers. And but I'm fine with that.
It's your fault.
Yeah. World's Best Science Fiction, 1969. You're going to see a theme here, and it's anthologies. My God, did I buy some anthologies and some omnibuy. I don't know if that's how you say it, or whether it be omnibuses, but still. I think it probably, I don't know. World's Best Science Fiction, 1969. This is the original copy. I don't know if this ever came in a hardcover or not. It may have. Probably did. But yeah, this has got some really cool stuff in it. Robert Sheckley. Starts with a Robert Sheckley book, Gareth. I know you're a big fan. So I'm looking forward to that. Let's see. Who else do I know that is in here? Well, here, I think it says, it doesn't say on the back. Samuel R. Delaney. Um, it's hard to tell who wrote what, but yeah, oh, it's got Kurt Vonnegut. Well, Welcome to the Monkey House, which is one of his very famous books. Um, so yeah,
Get behind me.
I know. You want to help?
I tried that and I about turned your phone off.
Okay. Yeah, Trivets is so good. I mean, I freaking love it. Omnibuy. There you go. Yeah, it's to me it's better than bind up. I just don't like the term bind up at all. Oh God, Scott, me, yeah.
I had children. Wow, this is the right
Yeah, I usually make it. Yeah, I'm pretty excited because I got some of the books I got today. I've got some Sheckley stories in them. Now the next one I got is because of Bill's books. Bill from Bill's books. So the next two I got are because of him. It's the Man Kazan Wars, created by Larry Niven, with Paul Anderson and Dean Ing. So these sound really, really funny and really cool. Actually, they sound funny. I don't think they're comedic at all, but the synopsis on the back is written very well, and it makes it sound really fun. I got book one, and I got book two, and there are tons of these things. I don't actually know who wrote them, but yeah, this one says Jerry Pournelle and S.M. Sterling. Oh, I think they actually they have stories in them. That was the reason I got them. They're kind of like anthologies, but yeah. All right. Okay, plural by omnibus is omnibuses. Just Google. Nope, that's fine. I'm glad you did because I always want to be checked. I do not like to have bad information. So yes, it's omnibuses. So I'm glad she looked.
That upsets me.
Gooses are geese, but mooses are not meese. I know. Yep. Stupid English language. It's crazy. We were learning Spanish and German, which, all right, German's not easier than English to us. Spanish is just easier. Spanish.
Mouse or mice, but houses are not mice.
Yeah, I know.
It's,
yeah.
English is the language that like rummages through the pockets of other languages for loose grammar.
Yeah, definitely. And I know. You want to hand me another stack there?
There's just no flow of consciousness with English. Yeah. You can't make educated guesses when the educated guesses don't really make sense.
Yep. Now, keep in mind, I had gift cards. I had $100 in gift cards, and I paid less than that for these books, for all of these books. So these were all from Second and
This is true, right here. Oh yeah, that's so true. We looked for good omnibuses and anthologies all over the place for months.
Yep, could not
find a one, and today it's just
they're everywhere. But we hadn't been there in a few months. It's ridiculous. We hadn't been there in a few months. And I was kind of surprised they were there. I thought everybody would be out spending their cards today, but maybe I'm the one. Maybe I'm the omnibus guy.
Maybe the little old lady got rid of her hostage books, and her husband got rid of his sci-fi collection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Year's Best SF3. These are compiled. These are compiled by David G. Hartwell, who I'm a big fan of, and I bought these because of Sean D. Standfast, who collect or has a lot of David G. Hartwell stuff. So he
I missed the bus joke, I think.
Oh.
Totally missed the bus joke.
Oh, yeah, I think you might have just passed it up. Oh my God.
Man.
Becky don't normally miss jokes, but she did.
That was a pun.
I did too. All right. So I know these are only from 1 year. Year's Best SF3, Year's Best SF4, all that stuff. But I love these kind of things. These are so cool, don't you think?
They
Love
are
them.
cool. They're going to come in real handy come November.
November. You're right. I mean, but I'm going to read them a lot of them before that. Year's best SF4. Stephen Baxter, Gregory Benford, David Brin, Nancy Kress, Bruce Sterling, Michael Swanwick. Those are some huge names in modern science fiction. Like huge. Let's see, Ted Chiang is in here. Robert Reed is in here. Robert Reed is all over the place. Where uh, if you find an anthology, a science fiction anthology from the last 30 years, chances are it's got a Robert Reed story in it. And he's really good. Can you get some more?
Holy anthology.
Yeah, no kidding. Year's best SF5. Again, David G. Hartwell is the editor. He compiles all these.
3 years of high school Spanish. All I remember is Coca-Cola. Oh,
All right, years.
Puedo ir al baño. That's what I remember. It's not true. I speak more Spanish for that, but still.
Year's best SF6. Again, David G. Hartwell, and they just get thicker as they go, which I love. So, Brian W. Aldiss, Stephen Baxter, David Brin, Nancy Kress, Ursula K. Le Guin, Robert Silverberg. I mean, even people who haven't read science fiction know those names.
Yeah.
And SF7, year's best SF7. They changed the cover cover design, and I don't like it as well. But there's quite a few more of these than just the 7. Like they had more today. They had like 15, I think. But I'm gonna stick to these for now.
Yeah, Kelly, I read the first book in that series, Wool, and I loved it. I've been meaning to read the second and third one. I'm going to get to those this year. Absolutely going to get to those this year. Because the first one.
Yeah, you loved it.
So good. You'd like it.
Yeah, I know I would.
Really
I just have not read it yet.
It had kind of a surprising twist to it.
Yeah.
That kept me on the edge of my seat.
Yep. I remember you talking about it. Now this one is actually not an anthology, believe it or not, but it is a really cool. Hold on. I left a sticker on it. Damn stickers. It is a really cool older science fiction novel. August Budrys. I don't know how to pronounce this name. I've heard good things about this author, and I've probably read some short stories, but very small book. I thought maybe I could get to this in New Worlds November. I could read this in a day. It's well under 200 pages. Sounded really cool. I'm not going to read the entire synopsis. It's pretty long, but I mean, cover art's really cool. It's a book club edition. But if I was to join the science fiction book club and order this, I'd be pissed. It's kind of short.
It's short.
Yeah. That's all right though. All right. And
great cover art.
I didn't buy that one because of anybody, but I did buy this one because of Steve Donahue.
I see a whole lot of the movie of this.
Yeah, three to Dorsai. It's the Dorsai trilogy from Gordon R. Dixon. It's one of Steve Donahue's favorite science fiction series, or maybe not one of his favorite, but it's a series he really likes. And they had one of these. It was interesting. They had one of these in much worse condition, the exact same volume, the book club edition, book club hardcover, the exact same volume for $12.50. And then I found this one on a shelf under it, behind a few books, and it was $3.50. I was like, it's August Budrys, I believe. Okay, all right, cool. So I kind of said it right. What'd you say now?
Can I see that cover again? So I thought it's good old Anthony Hopkins there on the left.
Yeah, that looks like Anthony Hopkins, does it not? It does. Looks like a bald Anthony Hopkins. Yeah, this is really, really cool. And I'm looking forward to reading this. This is, from what I hear, a really, really good trilogy. So I'm excited. I like Gordon R. Dixon. Again, I've read one or two novels and some short stories, but I've liked what I've read.
Enjoy this book with some Papa Beans and the 19.
Yeah. The next anthology
Fruit, I can't help it.
is Volume 11 of the year's best science fiction by Gardner Dozois. He compiled these for 30 years, I believe, or 35 years, something like that. So there's 30 or 35 volumes, something like that. But yeah, and I kind of collect these.
Yeah,
I have a pretty decent collection of them. I have what, 15 of them or
yeah,
18 of them, something like that. I got a few. I got a few. I've got 2 or 3 hardcovers, and I've got this. Really, really excited to have this. This is in perfect, almost perfect condition. Just a beautiful copy. And again, New Worlds November. I live on these in for New Worlds November. I have I'll pull about 5 of these down whenever we do New Worlds November, and I'll just eat them up.
Yeah,
love that. Another anthology, Dark Cities. This one is edited by Christopher Golden, who is a horror author I really enjoy. Christopher Golden's good. But this has, I mean, listen to some of these authors: Ramsey Campbell, M.R. Carey, Nick Cutter, Christopher Golden, Simon R. Green, Sherilyn Kenyon, Casey and Joe Lansdale, Tim Levin, Jonathan Mayberry, Shauna McGuire, Cherie Priest, Scott Smith, who I didn't know Scott Smith was still writing. Like, I love The Ruins. That's one of my all-time favorite horror novels.
Well, I'm excited about this because of Simon R. Green. I love his horror stuff.
Yeah.
He creeps me out with some of his horror stuff, so I'm excited.
Yep.
And Nick Cutter, he's
Paul Tremblay can go jump in a lake, but everybody else I really like from this.
Stupid Paul Tremblay.
Yeah, I can't stand him. Can everybody still hear us okay? I just want to make sure we're not.
You hear my wild mutterings in the back. Are we behind or is it this? Okay, no, we're not.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm asking.
Uh-oh.
And here's one. Yeah, I want to make sure everybody can hear us before I keep going. Yeah, check Voxer. Make sure we're still on. What? Okay. All right, cool. Awesome. The next one, another David G. Hartwell. I'm trying to get all of his like really big anthologies. I didn't have this one. The World Treasury of Science Fiction, edited by David G. Hartwell, with an introduction by, let's see, Clifton Fadiman, general editor. I don't know, but
that's a weird font. I have no idea how that.
But yeah, this has got some really, really cool stories in it, by some really, really great writers. Let's see. Let me pull out some of these writers here and tell you who wrote some of these stories. I'm just loving all of these that I was able to find. John W. Campbell, Kurt Vonnegut, John Barrowman, J.G. Ballard, Theodore Sturgeon, Arthur C. Clarke, my all-time favorite science fiction writer, Gene Wolfe, John Updike, who I had no idea wrote any science fiction, Alfred Bester, Kornbluth, C.M. Kornbluth, Stanislav Lem, Heinlein, Robert Sheckley again. There's Sheckley again. Varley, John Varley, Larry Niven, Frederick Pohl, Italo Calvino, I don't know how you say that. Isaac Asimov, Theodore Sturgeon, Ray Bradbury, Ursula K. Le Guin, Anthony Burgess, Steve Allen. I mean, listen to some of these names. This is just crazy. Fritz Leiber, Thomas M. Dish, Damon Knight. Good grief. I mean, it's just full. Walter Miller Jr. I'm not going to keep going, but I mean, this thing is 1,083 pages, I believe, of stories. Awesome book. Just a great book. Yeah. Yeah, Becky's going to start handing me other stuff. Now, here's an omnibus of Jack Williamson stories. Big, thick thing. It's got 4 Jack Williamson books: The Legion of Space, The Humanoids, Terraforming Earth, and Wonder's Child. Yeah, isn't that cool? I mean, I love these gateway books. I got a few others at home, but yeah, I've always liked these. Talked to Sean about him earlier. He likes the Legion of Space, but not the Humanoids, not so much. So I'll just read them and see what I think, and hopefully I will enjoy them. Hopefully, another big omnibus. And again, remember, I got all these. Actually, Second and Charles was having a sale. Buy 5, get 5 free.
On
So
their used books.
yeah, on their used books, buy 5 and get 5 free. So I took advantage of it.
It's all part of our evil plot, Brian.
Yes, I love those Y anthologies. Those are absolutely my favorite anthologies that I found, because I'm yet to find a story that I didn't think for some reason should have been in one of those anthologies. I love them. They're just great. Got this one, Jules Verne. It is a Barnes and Noble book. Barnes and Noble omnibus. It's got 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Mysterious Island, Journey to the Center of the Earth and Around the World in 80 Days. Some of this will be rereads because I read them as a kid, and it's probably going to be end up being the same translation that I read as a kid. But these are just your normal everyday translations that you normally see.
Jules Verne was very earth curious.
Yeah, he was great. Oh yeah, give that one to Becky so it doesn't break my desk. These things are heavy.
Oh, wait, can have.
You imagine me carrying these around? This one is going out. I'm giving this to somebody. I have another copy, so I'll be mailing this out soon. It's The Ascent of Wonder, The Evolution of Hard SF by David G. Hartwell and Catherine Kramer. So I actually have a hardcover. I'm going to send out the hardcover, I do believe, and keep this one because I actually prefer these. I prefer the paperbacks. To me they're easier to work with.
They're safer for me.
They're a lot safer. Yeah.
I don't drop them on. Well, I do drop them on my face and turn it up with a concussion afterwards.
Wonder's Child is a memoir. I need to get to that myself. Oh, okay. Yeah, it is. It really is good, Scott. I love this book, and I got like what 3, 4 more to show now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, actually, leave that one there. I'm not going to put it with the others because we're sending that one.
Yeah, okay. No, we're not sending this one. I'm sending my hardcover, but you can take this home tomorrow and swap it out. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, so the next 4 I got are all by the same editor, and this is going to be the last 4 that I actually have, but they're all by the same editor. And he compiled all these, and he is excellent. I've got this one on my Kindle, but it was so cheap. And I had a gift card. I thought might as well get the real book too. And yeah, I wanted it. I got 4 books by Mike Ashley. These are all the British Library editions, and they're not even available in the U.S. So I got really lucky finding these today. I got these from Half Price Books for $6, I think. So I thought that was a great deal. Let me see who some of the writers in here are.
They're beautiful copies.
They are. They're in perfect condition too, almost perfect condition. Like, I mean, there's nothing on the spine. These don't even look like they've been cracked. So I'm lucky to get these. Philip K. Dick, J.D. Beresford, and I believe Clifford D. Simak, Jack Sharkey, Alfred Bester. I mean, that's, again, great stuff. And yeah, they a lot of these books or a lot of these stories actually came from the science fiction magazines. So yeah, and those are like monthly anthologies or bi-monthly anthologies that I still get and I still read. I enjoy them. So yeah, here's another one. Mike Ashley. It is The End of the World and Other Catastrophes. So I found this to be very interesting and something I will definitely get into. Let's see. Owen Oliver, Robert Barr, John Brunner, which I almost bought a John Brunner book today, and I just didn't do it. I didn't pull the trigger on it. Ray Bradbury, There Will Come Soft Rain, great story. Yeah.
Some of those stories have the best titles.
Yeah.
Unlike the
Bradbury has some awesome titles to his stories. All right, here's another one. Menace of the Monsters. Classic Tales of Creatures from Beyond. Science fiction classics. Let's see. See who's in here. H.G. Wells, The War of the Worlds is in here. H.P. Lovecraft, is it the entire War of the Worlds? Surely not. Can't be. No. But
oh, I'd love to have seen that. I heard Gore puts on a weird show.
Yeah. That's cool, Kevin. Yeah, I'm a big Slayer fan.
He's got the Iron Maiden button.
Iron Maiden button on the side of my head. But yeah, I'm a big thrash fan, like huge thrash fan. First three Metallica albums, can't stand anything they did afterward. But
it's a heavy metal, death metal, dark metal, doom metal.
I like all metal. I like all metals. I like all types of metal. It's just I don't like all metal bands.
I like melodic and folk metal.
Yeah, Becky likes metal too. Matter of fact, Becky will find some death metal she don't mind sometimes.
I like the dirty stuff.
Yeah, the real slow death metal like Obituary and stuff like that. But yeah, Menace of the Monsters. I thought this looked really, really cool, and this may be the one I'm most excited about from the Mike Ashley. Because I may be able to pull some stuff out of here to read for Horror Mayhem, even. Mm-hmm. Since it's a monster book. I'll have to look up the stories and see what they're about.
It's a very fine line.
Yeah. And one more Mike Ashley book is Mind Blowing SF. The Mammoth Book of Mind Blowing SF. I had this one on my Kindle, but because I got it for like 99 cents one day. Mm-hmm. But I really wanted this because this is going to look great along with those. Cover, yeah. Check out the cover. That's really cool. Looks like, is that biological? Possibly, or hard to say. No,
it's got lights on it. I'm pretty sure it's a ship sort of mantle ray thing.
Yeah, let's see. Stephen Baxter, Arthur C. Clarke, Timothy Zahn, Gregory Benford. Oh, sorry. Gregory Benford. Robert Reed again. John Varley. James Blish. Alistair Reynolds. Robert Silverberg.
And all the good ones.
A lot of good ones, let me tell you. Yeah. And this is gonna be pretty awesome. And I'm gonna probably start reading this pretty soon. Start reading some stuff out of here. But yeah, I got to see what kind of science fiction this is. I don't know if it's like epic science fiction, big stories, or what the deal is. I had to take a sticker off of that one too. Forgot that one. But normally $14.95. I paid $5 for it. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. And I found most of these in one place. Half price books.
Yeah.
Almost all the anthologies I found at half price books. What did I find it? I found the Dos Y anthology at Second and Charles.
Yeah, we found the big ginormous books at Second and Charles, didn't you?
No, found them at half price books.
Oh.
Yeah. I walked away from half price books and I spent a few dollars. I walked away from Second and Charles and I spent $1 because of the gift cards we had. So I paid less than $100 for
everything.
20 books, something like that. I thought that was just a damn good deal. Maybe a little more than that. But I had $100 in gift cards, and so I figured, why not just add to my science fiction anthology collection.
I will be ready to come New Orleans November. Of course, you're going to lose that book with the Simon R. Green story in it for the beginning of the month.
Yeah, Yeah, Becky, I have to read that one. But
I'm
New
excited
World,
our green chunky. Yeah,
yeah, she loves Simon or Green. But um we will have to get together sometime after Horror Mayhem and decide what our prompts are going to be for New Worlds November. And I'm hoping lots and lots of people can join us for New Worlds November like they did the last time we did New Worlds November. We had a great time. Horror Mayhem is coming. Uh, didn't find anything for Horror Mayhem though, did I? Any books for Horror Mayhem?
No, we sure didn't. Um. Okay, so we were actually talking about this the other day.
Yeah.
Becky, how do you feel about the changing landscape for romance book covers from Fabio of the '90s to the cartoons in recent years? Um, they don't bother me all that much if the stories are more like
light.
rom-coms. If they're cozier than your regular average romance, that doesn't bother me because that's what those the cartoony covers say to me. They say cozy. Because I'm used to them being on the cover of cozy mysteries. But if they're using the cartoony looking covers like that for like more of the heavier, grittier science fiction romances and dark romances, it is kind of weird to me, especially considering some of the more independent authors nowadays, like the ones you find on Kindle Unlimited. There is some amazing artwork on those covers.
Yeah.
Just some amazing artwork that you can tell somebody's put real time and effort into, and it'll draw you into the story or draw you to the book in a heartbeat. But I think that the cartoony covers, they promise you something that it's it's kind of a shock when it's not delivered.
Yeah, for some
Does that make
reason.
sense?
Yeah, for some reason, those those cartoonish covers are a draw, and so if they weren't, they wouldn't be putting them on there.
Well,
If they weren't selling books.
yeah, they tell me that what kind of book I'm going to get.
Uh-huh.
They're almost a subgenre to themselves. Just those covers are, because automatically I think it's probably going to be a cozier, probably a rom com book. But I have to tell you, the books with the Fabio covers, they're so cringeworthy sometimes. But
but you know what you're getting.
yeah, on one hand, they're kind of cringy. On the other, they're just 100% nostalgia because those books are what made me fall in love with romance in the first place. So they don't bother me anymore. But nowadays, when you get to the books that are sort of they're like the books that Fabio was on the cover of. Nowadays, it's just like a close up of a guy's abs.
Yeah.
And that's all you get. So that I in some ways, I think they've kind of gotten a little bit. I don't want to say lazy because those cartoon covers, they're not easy to come by. I just think they're not they're not always in the right place. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, they're going to sell. That's the thing. I mean, they're a slightly different audience is going to pick them up.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Mindy, I agree. That was a great deal today that I got, wasn't it?
It sure is.
But
Sure was.
But yeah, the buy 5 get 5 free at Second and Charles helped that a lot. But yeah, I agree with those covers. I don't like them.
See, I don't mind them. I think they're actually sometimes a whole lot of fun. But I like them more on cozy mysteries than I do on romances because it's very rare to come across a romance that's quite like that gives you the same warm and fuzzy say a good cozy mystery does. There's nothing like a good cozy murder to make your day. But
cozy mysteries actually are cozy.
They are. It's very strange. You're dealing with the violent death of somebody.
Yeah.
But they still have that cozy feel to them. I respect the cozy authors a lot for what they're able to accomplish with their books.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, the cartoons they're very misleading a lot. It doesn't again it doesn't bother me on the cozy mysteries because they're very because again it gives you they give you that cozy vibe that you're expecting from cozy mysteries. But you'll come across a romance that has that type of cover on it, and you're expecting a cozy, sweet, loving romance. And a lot of times it's not what you get.
Yeah.
Now that's a good point.
Yeah.
They serve a good purpose.
But
They are the heroes without
but
capes, I guess.
good Kindle does the same thing.
That's a good point. Who needs cartoon covers when you have a good Kindle case to block what you're reading? And see, I do too. I think they're beautiful. I think a lot of times they're beautiful, but I think a lot of times they're like we said earlier, they're misleading. Um, well, I'm a millennial. Um, and I don't know
Becky's
why
a
they.
millennial by
I mean,
birth date only.
but well, no, not really. I have a lot of the mental beliefs, but
Not many.
I don't know about that. But
I agree.
they're trying to appeal to to their audience, to their age range. And that change and what works for that specific age range, it changes by generation.
Yeah.
And of course, that's just the way humans evolve, honestly.
But something else I've noticed though is a lot of your well-established romance writers, they're not getting those covers. This is from newer authors most of the time.
Well, but the well-established authors, they're at the point that they're selling their names.
Well, yeah, I know.
They've reached a point that people will see their name on the cover, and it doesn't matter what the cover looks like.
Well, I get that, but Maisie Yates does not. Maisie Yates does not have any of those, and I don't think Maisie Yates will get any of those. Um, but it would, but maybe she will, because it wouldn't surprise me a little bit to see them try to pick up a new generation of readers. And is there a better way of doing it than changing your covers and to making your covers for a younger audience?
There's also the thought that a lot of you all know I abuse my Kindle Unlimited subscription. A lot of the authors that publish to that site, a lot of them are Gen Z and millennials. They're writing for their age range. They're writing for an audience made of them. So I guess it makes sense that some of them will go for those covers. And I don't see it all that often where the cartoon covers are misused. Yeah, it doesn't happen all that often, as far as I've come across. But everyone honestly, I get really excited when I see um like a sci-fi romance that has a totally amazing cover. Because it happens every once in a while. You'll get books that have these absolutely, oh, I don't want to say horrible, but they're kind of cringy covers that are hard to look at, but have amazing content. You just can't judge the book by the cartoony cover. Yeah.
Maybe not every time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen Steve Donahue hold some up, and actually the content did seem like it was going to betray the cover. Like, yeah, I'm not surprised about that. From what I hear, stuff like Fourth Wing and some of that stuff is really pushing the envelope where it comes to like sexual things and all that. Like the some of the YA genre stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it? Are they more young, new adult as opposed to young
Really
adult?
know.
YA.
I don't really know.
Romanticy.
Yeah. Yeah, romanticy. It's just a new new term for something we've had for a little while, I guess.
I'm looking forward to the Romore, honestly. Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay. So
Rom-Fi.
Fourth Wing is an adult book. Okay, I didn't realize that, Kelly. Can you
Okay.
put that up?
I've never heard of Fourth Wing series, but
I'm
is it
here. Keith.
right? I am not. Hold on, Mike. Is everybody having trouble with Goodreads today? Because my Goodreads is
Yeah, our Goodreads is kind of down. I think they're probably putting up the new year stuff for like the new challenges. I'm not doing a challenge this year. I am not putting up a goal that I want to read this many books. I'm kind of done with that.
oh, it's a new adult fantasy. Okay,
What? Oh, Fourth
Fourth
Wing.
Wing.
Okay, all right. But
Set at Bezdias War College in the fictional county of Navarre. The novel follows 20-year-old Violet Sorengale. Having trained her whole life to become a scribe, members of the college responsible for documenting history, she expects to enter the school's scribe quadrant. I saw this book today. Okay.
oh yeah, you did. Yeah, I mean
However,
it's everywhere.
However, her mother, a general and the commander of the college, forces her to instead enter the deadly Rider Quadrant, despite Violet's small, fragile body. Upon entering the Rider Quadrant's fourth wing, Violet must survive a series of increasingly perilous tests, including bonding with a dragon and training to be a warrior on the front lines of Navarre's ongoing war. Her mother's role in her small frame puts a target on her back, specifically with Jack Barlow, a sadistic fellow first year intent on weeding out any riders he deems to be weak, and Zayden Riorson, the third year leader. Oh, is this a reverse harem? Hmm, that could be interesting.
Here's a new comment here.
Oh no, sounds kind of bullyish. Many indie published actors who got their starts on Kindle Unlimited,
I guess we mean authors.
okay, are now getting picked up by traditional publishers, all thanks to TikTok and other social media platforms. Yeah, Ruby Dixon was like the really really big success story in that she, yeah, well the I guess the
There you go.
fiddling with your screen. Um, she she was Kindle Unlimited all the way at first, and then she started climbing the ranks, and now she's got books everywhere. Um, just printing 60 books.
As your goal, yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, if you're going to be writing, I know you did like well over 100 this year, but if you're going to be writing uh a book, that's kind of rough. And he did 100 with a really crappy reading month of December. He did
You go, boy.
Yeah, did really well. Yeah, yeah, I don't blame you. But I'm not gonna put any as my goal. I just don't need the pressure at all. Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. We figured. But yeah, I love the freedom that the Kindle Unlimited platform gives authors. It makes being an author was accessible to anyone, and I think that's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Because there's been some really really fantastic books I've gotten from that platform. New adult really Zayden Riorson isn't a scribe character in the book, but he's a cunning linguist. What say? Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah. I don't think that's not a book I'll ever read. I've heard so many.
I might.
But yeah, I've heard so. I mean, I've heard great, heard terrible, and nothing in between.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like I've not heard any people love it or they hate it, it's about 50-50. It's kind of like Ruth Ware. You love Ruth Ware, but about 50% of people who read her hate her books. So,
and see, I get why. I really do. Her characters, they all have at least one inherent big flaw.
Yeah.
That makes her that he'll turn people off. But yeah, that's.
I think every character should be flawed.
Academy, yeah, I agree. Academy romance is a really big subgenre right now, especially with the new adult um, group. And I think the idea of the new adults is that they're adults. They can be reading new stuff, but they're still a little, what's the word? Immature.
Yeah.
They still like their younger books. So it's kind of Harry Potter for adults.
No, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know anything about it. I'm just not gonna.
It's not your cup of tea.
No, it's not. I won't be reading them. But yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad it has an audience, though. I mean, I think that's great.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's what we got.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any more questions, feel free to put them in now. If not, we're just gonna wrap it up, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I'm gonna go do more old lady stuff.
She's gonna do some more cross stitching.
Yes.
Calls it old lady stuff, but I don't think it's all old lady stuff at
It's
all.
really not. It's made a huge comeback. I just find it funny.
And the dragon you're doing is not an old lady project.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's a Dungeons and Dragons project, pretty much.
It is.
That is a huge project. She did it on 18 count. If you know anything about 8 o'clock, if you know anything about
cross stitching,
then that makes a difference.
Yeah, for basically the idea is this: with eight o'clock, is the cloth that you use to do cross stitching, and the usual size is 14 count. That means there's 14 stitches per inch. 8 o'clock, the 18 count is 18 stitches per inch. So that's very, very, very small X's that you're doing 20,000.
And it goes up to 28 stitches per inch.
My eyesight is not that good anymore.
Hey, Eric. I like Ian Fleming, Eric. As a matter of fact, I got a gift from Angie, or from Angela, his wife. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
The book Dr. No? I love that book, and I love Ian Fleming. I think he's great. I have 2 copies of Dr. No now because she gave me that one, and then last year at Christmas I got a really nice set of all of the James Bond books.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, love it.
I've never read any of the James Bond books. I'm kind of scared of them
because they are misogynistic.
Yeah, that's why.
But they were written in the 60s. If a person can put that, into context, then it makes a big difference. In how you read them. So can you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends. I think the dystopian genre is always going to be.
It's always going to have some readers.
Yeah, it's always going to have some big readers because it's always going to be a big draw. I don't read much YA.
No. My question is, what causes it in the first place? What causes the boom in the first place? Does it happen because of a television show? Does it happen because of a big movie that came out?
Or does it happen because we just sort of live in a dystopian hellscape?
Yeah, or that.
And we need some escapism for a little while into another dystopian hellscape.
Yeah.
It depends. There haven't been any huge dystopian. Well, there's been the Last of Us show.
Yeah, but I mean that was
The Walking Dead is not all that prevalent anymore.
No.
And Game of Thrones is not prevalent anymore. So I don't know. Maybe not. But I think we're having more of I hate that word, romantasy boom than a dystopian boom than anything. These days.
I mean, it'll happen again one day.
Oh yeah, sure.
I don't know about 2024 though.
New glasses, a lamp, and like a headlamp and a prayer. Yeah, pretty much.
In searching old horror mayhem, looking for the author he interviewed that was from Maine. I haven't found it yet.
Who was that?
Oh my gosh. Kelly, I'll find it for you. The name of the book. Oh,
I can't remember.
I don't know. I have to look it up. It's been a little while, but yeah, we're actually having a big interview in this horror mayhem as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I told you it was Derek and Beth Cook. Yeah, we're
Holy
interviewing
crap. That's awesome.
for an introductory adult romantic series. Oh, you could do that probably.
I'll have to think about that one.
Yeah. All right. So, Derek Cook is in he's in Horror Hall of Fame. Like amazing, amazing author, amazing podcaster. He's had a podcast out there. He started with Mail Order Zombie. He did that for a few years. And then he does Monster Kid Radio now, which is an amazing, huge, like monster film, monster book podcast. So I'm a huge fan of this guy. And he's on my Facebook, and I said, um, would you be interested in doing this? We could talk about your books, talk about your podcast, talk about some horror movies, some classic horror films, stuff like that. He's like, yeah, we'd both love to come do it. I was like, really?
Yeah.
I did not expect that. So yeah, we're going to be interviewing Derek, and that makes me very, very happy. Yeah, he's our first guest, and we're going to have another guest that is part of our Sinister Cinema Society Facebook page. Sarah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, she's one of.
I love her.
Yeah, me too. Sarah is great. She's one of our moderators on there, and she is an expert in modern horror films. So we're going to have her on, and we're going to talk about some modern horror films, not just horror books. And I think I would like to watch quite a few horror films in May. Any chance I can get to watch horror films? Can you go ahead and turn that or put the next one on?
Yeah, I'm trying to think about this one. I would love to hear your top recommendation for an introductory adult romantasy series. I'm not sure. I it's been a long day. I can't brain.
Yeah, it has.
I left my brain somewhere in Second and Charles. And I can name sci-fi romances all day long, but for some reason I cannot bring to mind a fantasy romance. I'll get back to you. I know how to get in touch with you.
Yes, we do.
Hope you have a good night, guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, and thank you.
And thank you you have the best questions. You always do.
But yeah,
best discussions. I love it when you.
Oh, so he said sci-fi romance works. There you go.
Oh, this I could do for you. There's a it's good. Oh, I thought I did it. I'm sorry.
No.
There's two that I'll give you. So first, if you're going to do sci-fi romance introduction, start with Ice Planet Barbarians, because it's Ruby Dixon. She's what started it all. And you just branch out from there. But if you want something more along the sweet, cozy slice of life, sci-fi romance, there's a wonderful, wonderful series by R.L. Olvitt, Olvitt, and it's the I can't remember exactly how it's pronounced. The xylene mating program or something like that. It's XITH ILENE xylene mating I think program, something like that. And they're very sweet, very slice of life, and I love those books. I haven't been disappointed in one of them. They're so good. So yeah, absolutely either one of those series is a really good place to start with the sci-fi romance.
Yeah, cool.
Good night, Sean.
Good night, Sean. Yeah, it's getting late there in the UK. It's really late in the UK. That's it. Gareth and Sean are both there.
What are you two doing awake? Lordy.
Gareth and Sean don't sleep.
You don't need no stinking sleep.
Elizabeth Hunter, the scribe, books of the okay, cool. So there you go. From somebody who knows.
Yeah, I saw a lot. I saw a lot of merchandise about the scribe. That series today.
Merchandise.
Yeah,
What
at um
Second
Second
Charles.
Charles, there
Oh,
are
okay.
books and mugs and
Okay.
jewelry and lots of merchandise.
Okay. So yeah,
Like, we
there you
keep
go,
talking
Eric.
about people's comments and forgetting to put them up because yeah,
Well,
again,
you
I
do.
left my
It's
brain somewhere. It's
your
this.
job.
It's your phone giving that crap.
I-
Beat you up with one of your books. Have you seen those things? They're heavy.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, we're done.
Yeah.
Have a good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah. This is a lot of fun. But we're gonna have to cut it now because our dogs are being restless.
Our dog just decided, just let us know he's not happy. So have a good evening, everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye.